Alright, I'm just gonna put this down. This is the second video I'm making to the last one. It's pretty much the same date, the same time almost, just 2 minutes later, just about. What I'm trying to do is figure out how I'm gonna go ahead and train myself. I'm just persisting, I can't help but not persist because this is a goal of mine. And I'm looking at the knife and I'm trying to explain to you how I'm dummy. I'm not trying to train on anyone else, and I'm not going out to murder people either. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm just training with knives. That's it. So I'm here with the knife in my hand, and I'm looking at it. So it's not like I've never been pointed with a knife before. And I'm thinking, if I was gonna carry a knife on me at any time, I would be wearing gloves, like some good leather gloves with cutout tips, so that way I could look casual, and some forearm braces. That would be my style. I'd be walking around like that, and not something so like exaggerated that I'd look like I'm wearing body armor, but something that's like leather wrap, and some thin sheet of metal so I don't get cut. Now I'm just looking at the knife. I'm gonna back up a little so you can see. Oh shit, my house. So let me get on one knee. I'm looking at the knife so I can get an idea, and the way I do it is I hold the knife towards myself, and I try and go ahead and slash the knife. So I try and slash at the knife, clash knives, and then cut. So clash, cut, clash, cut, clash, cut, cut, clash, cut, clash, cut. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind pressing against the knife and then cutting if I had a glove on. So if I had some good gloves, I wouldn't mind circling the knife. So I could back up to the hilt. Like this is a guardless knife. So if it had a guard on it, it'd be much safer to do that. But since it doesn't have a guard, it's dangerous. But if I pressed against the knife, and then I could cut, I could roll and cut, and then roll and cut, and then stab. Roll, cut, stab. Roll, cut, stab. Roll, cut, stab. Roll, cut, stab. I'm just thinking as well that every time I clash, I can just go directly to the fingers, so I can clash and slice the fingers, clash and slice the fingers, clash and slice the fingers, clash and slice the fingers. Depending on who's holding a knife, I'm not sure who's the professional or not. I'm definitely not the professional, but I wouldn't want to be in a fight with the professional either, because the truth is, I think a professional is going to go for a kill. He's not going to go for exact cut to the fingers. So I have to watch out, exactly where I'm going to guard. So I have to see if I can guard from different sections. So I can start from here, go like clash the neck, clash the neck, clash the neck, clash the shoulder, clash the neck, clash the neck, clash the shoulder, and then clash downwards, upward, downwards, upwards, upward, downwards to the side, 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 and then I could start from the forward position. See, this is where I'm stuck, is I feel like this is more like an attacker and less like a defender. This is where I'm stuck, where if I'm standing forward and I'm trying to imagine someone, that I'm gonna go ahead and clash, slash. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do, because I'm standing forward, I'm stuck with two knives in my hand. What do? Do I go both hands forward, both hands down? What do? Do I cross blades? I feel like my position would be here, because I'm such a advocate. Like it's what is it? This is like it's unorthodox, but I'm such an advocate of defense over offense. I'd rather you be like this than you be like this. Like the, what is his name? The late master Bruce Lee. So, God bless him, rest in peace. The late master Bruce Lee, he showed in one of his training videos with Dan Inosanto and a couple other guys, I think, not Dan Inosanto, no way. But some other students of his that he trained to fight like this, to fight like a street fighter. And the problem I have with the street fighter is that the street fighter, he's waiting for you to attack. So he's kind of complacent but patient. And he's waiting for your first strike so he can react. So if you're gonna go in for the jab, he blocks. Going for the jab, he blocks and then strikes. And I'm more of a immediately block guy, so I'm thinking I'll start off with the elbows. If I had knives at my elbows, I would start off with my elbows. See, if I had could put a knife here, that's how I would fight. Literally, I'd rather have a knife at my elbows than have a knife at my hand. I have another one right here. So I have a knife in my hand because I don't know. It just seems like from here, it seems like I feel like I'm more of a reverse person than a forward person. I'm less forward thrust and more power blows. So I'm like put some power into it. There's one hit and that's it, and trap it and trap the attack. Try and trap the attack and cut them. So I'd rather let you come at me first and give it all you got. And I can get an idea in relationship to myself, and then I can go ahead and press my attack as you go. So as you come in, I go ahead, I'm already here, so I'm waiting for you to come in, and I cut slash stab, cut slash stab, cut slash stab. So you come in, so I'm waiting from here, and I can press in, or I can try and hold my defense, so like a spear almost, or like a shotgun or a sniper rifle. I'm thinking, I'm gonna hold the knife as well, so that way I don't lose control of it. Because another problem I'm thinking of in learning my defense is that I don't know exactly what a professional might do. What I know a professional might do though is he might try, and if he doesn't have a knife and he's a better fighter than me, he's gonna try and use my own knife against me. Is what he's gonna do. So I'm thinking, what to evade that, I have to either let the knife flip. So I let the knife flip out of my hand. Like it might come towards me, but I might be able to fight it. See what happens here. Once you put your hand into if you're fearless, you're gonna do it. You'll get cut bad, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna put your forearm into it, or your wrist into it, or your hand, whatever, your fingertips. You're gonna go for the dull side. I don't like dull knives. I prefer double bladed knives over anything. That explains my cut here from earlier. I mentioned that I forgot to mention I had a double bladed knife. So it's two serrated ends and then two bladed ends. And I just went in with the serration and fucked myself up. And this is rated 18 up. So you could go back to, I don't know, a few minutes ago where I was practicing by myself. If you want to get an idea of how to practice alone, because that's what I'm doing. But this is just some dialogue so you understand what my problem is. Where did that knife go? Oh my god, I lost it. So I only have one knife right now. I lost the knife. I flipped it and it just disappeared, and I didn't keep track of where I was flipping it. So it went off into the distance. That's okay. So we have this one knife. I'll just demonstrate with my hand. So my hand is the problem. So I have a problem. I'm gonna go at the problem. I'm gonna go slash, slash. I'm gonna go slash, slash. So I'm gonna go down and up and stab, down and up and stab. So I'm gonna slash downwards and then up and stab. Slash downwards, up and stab. Or I could start from the top. So I'll go stab, I'll stab forward, and then slash from the bottom. Stab, stab, and then slash, stab, and then slash. And it seems unorthodox too to do that because I can feel it in the muscles and in the joints where I lock up and I begin to have a problem to react. So it's better to start with the elbow down instead of the elbow up. It's another thing. So unless I'm gonna attack like this with the ice pick method, where I can come down, but still my elbow locks up, and then you end up in a chicken wing. Who knows? You end up in a chicken wing, or somebody traps your hand, and then you end up in an arm bar, or some type of other problem. You just don't know who you're dealing with. I'm having so many problems to learn this right now. So difficult by myself. Let me find that knife. Oh dear God. I don't know what I did with it. I'm gonna have to find it. Oh God. I'll find it eventually. This is me now. I have a nice haircut. Look at this. I was bald earlier. In a day, it grew to this size. Unbelievable. If I had a beard, I'd be ashamed because I'd have to live with a beard for the rest of my life. So I go here. Let's try again. I go here, starting from the top. I'm going to start from the wrist, forearm, shoulder. I'll come back from the elbow, from the armpit to the forearm, to the wrist. So going upwards. So there's different positions too that I've noticed you can work from. It's not just, there's a lot of people who start off training. There's a lot of videos I don't like. Here's the problem. There's a lot of videos I don't like. So they start off like this, you have a forward slash, you have a left slash, you have a right slash, you have a sideways slash and a reverse sideways slash. I don't know what they call them, I just know the motion. So you go ahead and reverse, you go ahead and sideways, forward, from the left to the right, and then you don't just slash, you go ahead and you stab as well. So you stab from the left, you stab from the right, you stab from the center, so you have the center line. And a lot of guys talk about maintain the line, you have to hold the line. So they always talk about holding the line, you're going to be here mostly. And that's something I forget too, is to hold the line, because I'm always thinking, if you hold the line, you're just putting yourself out there. You're really giving yourself away. Here it is. Here's my knife. Here's my hand. It's like you're handing it away. So you have to be a bit unorthodox and go in and block, give them the false hand, and then give them the right hand. So give them the left and then give them the right, or the opposite. You give them a right and then you give them the left. It really stresses me out not knowing what to do. I'm gonna end this video. That pretty much covers it. I'm lost. I'm concerned that my skill is going to take a long time to develop if I don't get a good teacher or someone licensed to teach martial arts to train me. Or maybe I'll find a good book. You never know. There's a lot of information in books that you'll find. I know there's plenty of content on YouTube, so you can go on YouTube and look up as many knife videos as possible and imitate what they're doing. But imitating doesn't teach you what to do. Imitating is just imitation. You're gonna copy those movements, but once you're put into the combative position, it's no longer about copying movements. It's all unorthodox. You have to be prepared for somebody who doesn't know what you're gonna do, or knows what you're gonna do. The worst part is you practice Kali, and this guy practiced Kali too. He knows those moves. He knows those moves by heart. So it has to be back to I think it's Bruce Lee who said that you have to be a little bit of, he didn't say this, don't quote me, but he said you have to be a little bit unorthodox to fight, because you can't be stuck in such a discipline where it restricts your ability to attack or defend. You have to be able to decide to do something else, do something different, change your tactic, and that way you can win the battle, win the fight. Okay, that covers my video. I'm not licensed, I'm not professional, I'm not an apprentice, and I'm sure as hell not the best knife fighter in the world, so don't go ahead and shame me for this. Oh my God, look in my book. I should be reading this right now. This is what I should be reading right now, and I'm not practicing any of it. So I'm going to end this video and I'm going to read my GED book and get to college. Okay, that ends this video. Goodbye, everyone.